Good day, everybody. Welcome to our episode 1, Science Made Easy with Teacher Nette. Our lesson for today is to define a cell and differentiate between unicellular and multicellular organism. Have you asked why and how these buildings are made up of? These tall buildings are made up of small bricks. In fact, everything are made up of small units. Everything, including our bodies. Not only our bodies, but including all living things. Just like a building, all organisms are made up of tiny building blocks, which are called the cells. So what are cells? A cell is a structural and functional unit of all living things. Every living thing is made up of cells. The plants, the horse, the insects, everything around us that has life. But these cells are so tiny that they cannot be seen by our naked eye. All of them are joined together by bigger organisms that we can see. Just like our house, we cannot see until the bricks come together. And the organisms that are made up of more than one cells are called multicellular organisms. Let's read it one more time. Multicellular organism. Organisms that are made up of more than one cells. There are also different types of cells, and different types have different functions. Many cells of the same type come together to perform the same functions. The yellow color that you can see is a cell that we can find in our nose. The red circle on the screen is the cell that we can see in our tongue. Let's see how they look like. You see, this is our cells combined together to our nose, and the function is to smell. Very good. And these are the cells in our tongue. They are combined together, and the same function of these cells to help us taste the food. Can you name some multicellular organism? Plants, dogs, butterfly. Correct. Very good. Multi means many. The organisms must have many cells to become multicellular. But some organisms can also be unicellular. Unicellular? What are unicellular organisms? Let's take a closer look by doing a simple experiment. Try to get some water from the pond and study it under a microscope. Microscope? What is a microscope then? A microscope is an instrument we use to see objects that are too small to be seen by the naked eye. Do you want to see how the water looks like under the microscope? Can you guess? Let's take a look. What do you see? Insects? They are tiny insects? Those are not insects. They are not insects. They are called unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are very small. That's why we use a microscope to see them. Micro. Micro means tiny or small. Scope means to see. So a microscope is to see small things. And these tiny things, we cannot see them by our ordinary eyes. What are unicellular organisms? Unicellular organisms function as one cell. Can you read it one more time? Unicellular organisms that function as one cell. Uni means one. Uni means one. Let's name some of the unicellular organisms. Okay, say with me, amoeba. One more time, amoeba. Next one, paramecium. Paramecium. The last one, euglena. Euglena. Let's take a closer look about euglena. Euglena has both the characteristics of plants and animals. Chloroplast. Chloroplast is present in plants, with which euglena has. Animal-like characteristic because it moves. How does euglena move? It has a tiny like tail. And this tiny like tail that makes them move is called flagellum. Say it again, flagellum. Flagellum. Flagellum makes what? Correct. The flagellum of the euglena makes the euglena move. The next one, amoeba. You see, the amoeba can change its size and shapes and forms because of its false feet. False feet of an amoeba is called pseudopodia. Say it one more time, pseudopodia. Pseudopodia are false feet that an amoeba forms so it can move. Cute, isn't it? The last one, the most common unicellular organism, paramecium. Tiny, tiny little things. It got hair. Yeah, those hairs makes them move quite fast. And these tiny hairs of a paramecium is called cilia. What do you call the hair that makes the paramecium moves quite fast? Correct. Cilia. Let's say it one more time. Cilia. Go and take a closer look on the screen. Can you see something different? Yes. What are those? What are those lines with small dots in green color? Are they unicellular organism too? No, they are not unicellular organism. That is called spirogyra. Can you say it? Spirogyra. A spirogyra is a multicellular organism. But you may wonder, I said before that multicellular are bigger because they are joined together. So we don't need a microscope to see them, right? But no, spirogyra is an exemption. Spirogyra has fewer cells. You can see fewer cells composed the spirogyra. The cells are joined end to end to make thread-like structure that's make a filament. That's why they look like a strand. While in unicellular organism, they look like as a group. So we can see it because they become bigger. Combined together and they look like a big group or a colony. So what is the difference between unicellular and multicellular organism? Let's compare them. Unicellular, uni means one, multi means many. Unicellular organisms are found in water bodies like the sea, river, lakes, and ponds, or on moist areas of soil and tree trunks, while multicellular organisms are found in water like the fish, the eagle in the air, and the lion on the land. Unicellular organisms are microscopic in size and cannot be seen without a microscope. Do you still remember? Micro means what? Micro means tiny. So they are tiny or small in size. That's why we need a microscope. While multicellular organisms are big enough to be seen. We can see it. You can see me. I can see you. Unicellular organisms, the cells are not organized. Though they perform all the processes of life with the help of only one cell. What are those processes of life? The breathing when we inhale and exhale, or respiring for other organisms, eating or nutrition, and reproduction. While in multicellular organism, They are organized structure of cells. Each type of cell has a special job to do. Right. Let me see if you understand our lesson for today. Let's do some exercise. If a group of unicellular organisms that are working and living together as a colony, is this colony a multicellular organism? I repeat, if a group of unicellular organisms are worthy or working together and living together as a colony, is this colony a multicellular organism? No, it isn't. A unicellular organism can carry out all life processes on its own. They do not each need each other to function. Like if one of the cell dies, the other one can continually function on its own. Totally different in a multicellular organism. The one that you can see on the screen is how the cells in our tongue look like under the microscope. These are made up of many cells. A multicellular organism, that means the same type of cells work together. Our tongue is made up of many cells that work together to help us taste food. As a summary, I would ask you to list down the things that you have learned from this video. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.